latest products. AMD, what are we about? We are absolutely about high-performance computing. This is the journey that we're on, and we're not just about building great products. We are about changing the industry and redefining the industry. Whether you talk about CPUs with our Ryzen processor family, or you talk about GPUs and gaming with our Radeon product family, or you talk about servers in the data center with our Epyc product family, or the new GPU compute and machine learning and artificial intelligence with our Radeon Instinct product family. Every part of us is about how do we redefine computing going forward. So let me give you one statistic. We launched Ryzen in March 2017, and since we've launched, there are over 5 million Ryzen users to date. And really, that's very many of those are in the DIY space, or the enthusiasts who really love building their own systems. And what you will see today is we are expanding the Ryzen product portfolio much, much more. And you'll see some of these notebooks that we'll see later on today, as well as many other systems. So we are extremely excited about what Ryzen has done, but more importantly, what Ryzen will do. Now, Radeon. How many of you love Radeon? We love Radeon, and we love gamers. And the fact of the matter is, there are over 400 million people, 400 million, that are using Radeon gaming technology, whether you're talking about consoles, or discrete graphics, or our APUs. And that's an incredible installed base, but our goal is to grow that, and grow that in a significant way. And so when we say Radeon everywhere, we want Radeon graphics in every application. Whether you're talking about consoles, or PCs, or even partner applications, because the idea is that that ecosystem can be very strong and really drive tremendous innovation going forward. And one other statistic I'll give you, our Vega GPU, the high-end GPU that we launched in August of last year, if you look at just since August until now, we have over 10x the number of gamers that are using Vega versus our previous generation GPU.
These are beautiful systems, thanks to all of our OEM partners. Okay, let's switch gears. Let's talk about a desktop. We love the desktop just as much as we love the notebook. So we've made a lot of progress on desktop too. In fact, we shook up the industry quite a bit last year with 16-core Threadripper, 8-core Ryzen 7, made a lot of progress. And actually, if you look at the desktop processors that we've introduced, at every price point we introduced a processor, we brought anywhere between 20 to sometimes 70% more performance than our competition. So really delivering significantly more performance to the end users. So our most recent product, which we just launched back in April, is a second generation Ryzen desktop processor. And so this is on our 12 nanometer process technology node. This is our new Zen Plus architecture, more frequency, more performance, great Generation 2 features, better boost algorithm. This product has gotten just tremendously positive reception in the marketplace from customers, from press, etc. It's won a number of awards already. In fact, just a couple days ago, we won a new award, Product of the Year from European Hardware Awards. So really, really strong product. And when you compare it to our competitor, you see great gaming experience, leadership, creativity experience. In fact, this is showing a comparison of Ryzen 7 against the Intel Core i7, and showing that the gaming experience that you're going to see is fantastic on those AAA titles, but you'll see leadership performance on creativity applications, anything that really stresses the multi-threaded performance of the processor. And actually, because this is one of our newest products, I want you to see that firsthand. I want you to see a competitive comparison. So I'm going to ask James Pryor to help us with that. So James, why don't you show us first the gaming competitive comparison?
Yeah, sure. Hi, Jim.
Okay.
What we're looking at here on the right side is that Ryzen 7 2700X. We've got 16 gigs of RAM. We're playing Far Cry 5, and we're sneaking through the forest of Montana, looking out for those cult members that are up to bad things. And what you can see here is both these systems rendering beautifully. You've got the long draw distances, you've got the great textures, everything else in here. Beautiful, smooth experience, and the high quality details, 100 frames per second as you're looking around, and 1440p. It's really important to have in this type of game these high detail resolutions and all of this content inside of the game, because it really adds to the immersion and the storytelling. So that's why we're very excited to see this great performance with Ryzen 2nd Gen and get that Product of the Year award.
Are you carrying a pipe around in this? You might want to consider upgrading your weapon on this game.
I'll get behind the stalk, see if I can find it.
All right, Sean, it's all right. Thanks, James. Appreciate it. So if you know James, he's an avid gamer, spends a lot of time gaming. I also wanted to have James show us a creativity application, doing high-end content creation. Now, every once in a while, James does have to do a little bit of work. We're not sure how much work he does, but we want him to show us a content creative application. So can you show us again a head-to-head comparison for content creation?
Yeah, absolutely. What we're looking at now is key shots. If you're a digital artist and you're trying to look at the brand new assets you just put together, see what it looks like in real time, because before you put it into the scene and do a full render, you want to know what you did worked. Keyshot lets you see that, so you're looking at all the lighting and textures, all that kind of stuff, and this is where our product definition really stands out as a performance advantage. So this is where you can see as you manipulate and move how fast and quickly you're going to see that new rendered image come into view, and that's going to help you do more every day. On the same system, you have that beautiful, smooth gaming experience.
All right, thank you, James. Appreciate it. All right. Okay, so I want to switch gears again. Now this is my favorite part, my favorite product, and I never hide that. We just launched the 2nd generation Ryzen desktop processor. We just talked about that. We talked earlier about the Ryzen mobile processor and beautiful thin and light systems. You heard from our OEMs. Now I want to take you to the other end of the spectrum, to the very high performance end of the spectrum, high-end desktop, what we sometimes call the heavy metal end of the spectrum. And so that's of course Ryzen Threadripper. The Threadripper is the system I use at home. So we introduced Threadripper first in August of last year, and with it just delivered an amazing amount of performance to the market. 16-core processor, amazing performance for any PC enthusiast, but actually anybody doing really high-end content creation, and great reception in the marketplace. It was actually 1 year ago here today on this stage where I showed you the first glimpse of Generation 1 Threadripper, and I am very happy to be back 1 year later showing you Generation 2. So just like the Ryzen 2nd Gen desktop processor that we launched just a couple months ago, which had more performance, more frequency, Zen Plus core, new features, the 2nd Gen Threadripper will have all that those same capabilities. So first of all, it'll be based on our 12 nanometer process technology, our Zen Plus architecture. This will bring more performance, more frequency, better boost frequencies. It'll also have all those great 2nd generation features. So that smarter, better boost algorithm. And we'll have a number of different versions of Generation 2 Threadripper, but probably my favorite feature for the top end of the stack, for the flagship processor, my favorite feature is it'll have 32 cores and 64 So we can't wait to get this to market. I can't wait to upgrade my own system, honestly. So we're bringing this soon to market. This will come to market in Q3 this year, so you don't have to wait very long. Really excited about this, not just, again, for PC enthusiasts, but anybody that loves maximum performance in any type of application. And good news is it actually drops in the existing TR4 socket. So the same socket for Threadripper first generation, second generation uses the same socket to plug into the existing motherboards. So to leverage that great Threadripper ecosystem, motherboard ecosystem that's already out there in the market. So I also want to show you generation 2 Threadripper. Here's a picture here. I'm going to show you both lidded version, but of course you want to see what's under the hood, right? The de-lidded version as well. So the flagship processor, the 32 core, will have 4 Ryzen die inside the package. Those are tied together with AMD's Infinity fabric. That allows those 4 die to act like one monster processor working all together. So we are really excited to get this product to market. Again, like I said, I can't wait to upgrade my own system. Now, does anybody want to actually see this processor in action? Does anybody want to see a demonstration? So let's have James help us out again. So James, let's, of course, you and I love competitive comparisons. So let's do a competitive comparison. So this is second gen Threadripper versus Intel's highest end i9 processor for high-end desktop.
That's right, yes. What we've got here are 2 systems side by side, head to head. We're going to run these in a blender render race. And what we're looking at is the i9 18 core with 32 gigs of 3200 megahertz memory versus our 24 core with 32 gigs of 2667 memory. And we're rendering a scene from that brand new video you just saw. And, you know, Blender really scales well with cores and threads. We hear from our users they love to use it for Blender. And what you can see is it just racing through this scene. The unbiased render is really what you need for this high quality creative, and in just 29 seconds we're done, where we're still waiting for old Chugalong to come around here. We gave them a liquid cooler to help keep them cool, whereas we're on an air cooler with the 24 core just to make things a little bit more fun for us as well.
All right, thanks, James. I don't know about you, but I think James is holding out on this, right? He only showed us the 24 core. So anybody want to see the full 32 core? Yes. I want to see that. So let's show the full 32 core, but let's make it a little harder for the 32 core. Let's make the image a little more difficult. Can you show us that?
Yeah, for sure. What we're going to do this time is that same scene, but we're going to add volumetric lighting. So this makes the rendering a little bit more complex. It's the most realistic type of rendering you can do, and this is what big beefy CPUs with 32 cores and 64 threads are built for. It's just ripping through all this stuff. We're running this on one of our channel boards that's already in market, so we just updated the BIOS, put the thing in there, and it runs, right? We're still on an air cooler. We don't need any phase changes or liquid coolers to run this product. We can just go with our standard existing ecosystem and get full performance. And there you see the final image, full and complete.
Beautiful. Thanks, James. Appreciate it. All right, so that is heavy metal performance. So we're really excited to get this product to market. Can't wait. It's as I said, it'll come out in Q3 of this year. Now, before I hand off to our next presenter, I have a special gift for everybody here in the audience. Like I said before, I really love Computex. It reminds me of my anniversary. You guys are always a great audience, and in fact, you know, standing room only. This is the 3rd consecutive year that we've had record attendance here at the AMD event. So I brought a special gift for all of you on your way out. This is limited edition, so you can't get this anywhere else. This is the only place. This is your official Threadripper heavy metal tour edition. It's got the tour calendar on the back as well. So you can pick yours up on the way out. You can wear it with true badass heavy metal Threadripper pride. So, hey, with that, I want to say thank you one more time for our great OEM partners, for all of our partners that have supported us, not just in this event, but since the very beginning of the launch of Ryzen. We really appreciate it. With that, I want to invite David Wayne on stage. David?
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. It's kind of hard to go after a gym, but you know, I don't have the free T-shirt, but I got 7 hours later. Alright, well, just like Jim, though, I also like the Computex. I was born and grew up here, and I'm very pleased to have the opportunity to talk to you about our graphics architecture roadmap, as well as the very exciting first 7nm GPU. Okay, so this is our graphics architecture roadmap from 2017 to 2020. I think we shared with some of you this roadmap before, and it has not changed. As you can tell, though, we are alternating between new architecture and new process. So, the Vega is, again, tremendous momentum. We are extending the Vega architecture in 7nm, which I'll talk about later. We are also making great progress on the Navi generation of new architecture. And we have also kicked off the next generation architecture development, leveraging new processing. I think the take-home message for this slide is that we're committed to bring new graphics product every year, consistently. Okay? All right, so why 7nm? 7nm is the most advanced node that can be in production this year. We've been working very closely with our foundry partners to co-develop 7nm products to take advantage of density, power, and performance. And indeed, we actually have multiple products in validation and sampling stage with the 7nm process. So, I want to officially introduce our first 7nm Radeon instinct, Vega 7nm. Besides leveraging the great performance, power, and density advantages, we're also adding differentiating features. For example, leveraging AMD's Infinity Fabric that allows GPUs to connect together, that will optimize multi-GPU performance in cloud environment. We also support hardware-based virtualization that enables better security, but also more deterministic performance per user in a virtualized environment. We have also added new deep learning operations that will help accelerating training, but also inference, both in terms of performance, but also power efficiency. It will also help blockchain, accelerating blockchain applications. So with the benefit of a 7nm on performance and power, and with 3 differentiating features, the Vega 7nm will be optimal for data center and for workstation compute related applications. So, we cannot just talk about hardware. So I'd like to take this opportunity to also introduce you AMD's open software ecosystem for machine learning. So 2 points to take home. Number 1, this is a complete software ecosystem that's ready today. Anybody developing deep learning applications, whether it's on video, imaging, or speech, can leverage the open framework, whether it's TensorFlow, PyTorch, Caffe2, and so on, that compile the deep learning network directly to optimize machine code without writing a single line of CUDA. Second point, this open ecosystem is completely open source. That means any partners or customers contributing to this open ecosystem will own the source code and the associated libraries. We at AMD believe the open source is a great differentiator for us because it allows customization, optimization, and transparency that a proprietary code system cannot offer. We believe the combination of the state-of-the-art 7nm Vega combined with the open machine learning ecosystem will enable our customers, our partners, to innovate and to win together. Last but not least, another open source software. It's a rendering solution for GPU ray tracing. AMD has been doing ray tracing the last couple of years. We have developed a Radeon Rays library that accelerates using GPU doing ray tracing. We also been in the process of adding machine learning capabilities like noise into the library. It's very easy to integrate because it's open source. It's also incredibly fast because it's accelerated by GPU. It's free, it's open source, and it's hardware agnostic. That means it can run on, of course, AMD CPU and GPU, as well as Intel and NVIDIA stuff. But more importantly though, it does take the full advantage of our GPU compute capabilities to fully accelerate ray tracing. It has been natively integrated as part of some of the really good applications which I'll demo, and also available as a plugin for some of the leading content creator applications. So without further ado, I'd like to demonstrate the Cinema 4D, the rendering application I just mentioned about, doing ray tracing on the world's first 7nm GPU, so HBM2 memory. Gilbert?
Thanks, David. So what I'm going to show off here is Cinema 4D, which has Radeon Pro Render integrated into it. Radeon Pro Render is our open source, free-to-use ray tracing solution. What ray tracing essentially does is it simulates photons. So it traces the path that a ray of photons will take as it travels through the environment and interacts with surfaces, materials, and other lighting sources. So each pixel that you see here is essentially a simulated photon. And this is all based on real physics. There's some real science going on. You can see the reflections of the room in this bike frame right here. And as we allow this to iterate, each pixel will get more and more accurate, and this gives us some true shadows, reflections, and other cool optical effects. Basically something that you'd see in real life.
So Gilbert, how does this 32 gigabyte of HBM2 memory help in this case?
Yeah, so with 32 gigabytes of HBM memory, this allows artists to load up huge data sets and really interact with their models, make changes and get a real feel for their art before they have to do that final render out. And as for HBM, it's much smaller, faster, and more energy efficient.
Great. What about 7nm? Do you feel the power that 7nm bring you?
Oh yeah, absolutely. And I think a lot of studios will be really happy to have 7nm parts in their rendering solutions. With 7 nanometers, you can have many more rendering units in the same footprint and power consumption.
Okay, great. Right, to wrap it up here. So I've been doing GPU for the last 14 years. I was at ATI and at AMD. I recently rejoined AMD about 4 months ago. This is an exciting time for GPU and for AMD. I'm so happy to be here. As I talked about, we have a very competitive GPU architecture roadmap. And you can count on us that we will deliver the world's best graphics every year on any cadence. And we are paired up with our greatest graphics architecture with the open source software foundation so that we can win with our customers and partners together. So now let me bring Lisa Su back on stage to wrap up.
All right, how many of you like that 7nm demo? So I started this press conference with a couple of points, and it really is, AMD is about redefining high-performance computing. We are going to push the envelope on CPU and GPU architecture, software, systems, and solutions, and that is our commitment for you. And so what is about redefining high-performance computing means you have to execute, and you have to execute really, really well. So let me start with what are we doing? You heard from Jim, our leadership roadmap in Ryzen. We launched Ryzen just a little bit over a year ago in March. We've already have second generation Ryzen 12nm desktop in the market in April, and you have seen the Threadripper will launch in third quarter 18. So this is leadership roadmap execution. What you saw from David in terms of GPUs, we made a bet on 7nm. We made a bet that we needed great architecture and great process technology. So now we've been able to show you the world's first 7nm GPU. And what I will say is it's already sampling to customers now. So we started initial sampling to our customers who are having a great time with it. And most importantly, we are on track to launch later this year. So we're extremely happy with our 7nm. And now David showed you 7nm in action. I'm going to show you the 7nm chip. With 4 stacks of HBM2 technology, we are extremely proud of where we're going with our GPU roadmap. Now, one thing I must say for Scott, because as excited as we are about the 7nm Radeon Instinct GPU, for all of you gamers out there, we are definitely bringing 7nm GPUs to gaming as well, so stay tuned on that. Now, I talked about leadership roadmap execution, and that is what every single AMDer is focused on. So today, I also want to give you an update on our 7nm Zen 2 processors. You saw Zen in Ryzen and Epyc. You saw Zen Plus in 2nd generation Ryzen. We've decided in server, because of the amount of innovation and time it takes to create these platforms, that we would go straight to 7nm Zen 2 processors. So today, for the first time, I can give you an update. Number one, we have 7nm Zen 2 in the labs, and it's looking really good. We will be sampling 7nm Epyc very, very shortly, and we will launch in 2019. So today, I would like to show you the first AMD Zen 2 processor, AMD Epyc 2nd generation. Now, there's a lot we're going to tell you about this processor. We're not going to do it today, though. But you can imagine, as we go through the amount of technology it takes to really pack into this Zen 2 processor, there's a lot of technology in here. And the most important thing is we're going to continue to push the envelope. So you'll see that 7nm Epyc is actually in the same socket as the 1st generation Epyc. And we did this on purpose. We did this because we wanted to make it very, very easy for our customers to really take Epyc 1st generation and migrate to Epyc 2nd generation. So we have a number of customers who are very, very excited to take the 7nm 2nd generation Epyc into their labs very shortly. So with that, let me wrap it up and say, again, thank you. Thank you to all of you for all of your support of AMD, all of your support of our products, but more importantly, for the support of the industry. What we say is it's all about high-performance computing, and the best only gets better in 2018. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Dr. Su. Dr. Su, please remain on stage. Now we would like to invite other AMD executives and partners to come up to the stage for a group photo.